So, Darkest Dungeon 2 received a patch today, which is called The Void Between Us. And it is the freaking void, because everything that was good about relations went to the void. The entire patch revolves around 3 or 4 new items, and majority of it is here for relations and how you resolve stress in relations. Okay, the void between us. So what I notice on my run, I love the Darkest Dungeon, especially after the Altar of Hope patch, when they implemented Bounty Hunter, when they implemented Altar, and everything that was in Darkest Dungeon 2 I absolutely enjoyed. And then they decided to make, with this new patch, they decided to make relations. A complete rehaul, rework, call it however you like. Now, instead of how it used to be, where you could get positive, negative relations on a map while you play, this time you don't gain shit. Okay, and it's basically a gamble when you reach the end how they're gonna receive new relations. So that's the first thing that's absolutely disgusting. The next thing that's absolutely disgusting, they took away control out of the player, and now everything is gambling. And that goes with relations. Relations were the biggest part of the game if you wanted to have successful runs. I played one run, it was successful, I got deleted by Obsession Boss, but during the map it was quite smooth and easy. During all maps, 3-4 maps, call it. But I never had control. I had control over combat, over items, over consumables. Now also bombs do not remove enemies' armor. They made the game harder in that way, and I guess that's fine, but the relations, how they impact the game, is completely brain dead. Now, I don't feel any sense of progression because of these relations over here. Relations last for only one map, and you get a positive or a negative relation. Okay. By acquiring these dots. They go from 0 to 20. From 0 to 9, there's, if it goes on a blue line here, so 0 to 5, it's a 100% negative relation you're gonna get after you rest at the end. When it's this blue line over here, there's a chance you're gonna get a negative relation. When it's from 10 to 15, no, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it's from 8 to 12, you gain nothing after the rest. No positive, no negative. From 12 to 16, chance to have a positive relation. And from 16 to 20, 100% positive relation. It takes 2 or 3 full maps to reach positive relation to the max. Okay, and even when you reach, it only lasts for one map. And what it does in return, it locks the spell, even if it's negative or a positive. It locks the spell and it completely changes the build. For example, if you play as a rogue here and you wanna play with point blank, it's gonna lock double tap. And you are, alright, damage from rank 1. It's gonna lock double tap. On the next map, it's gonna lock, I don't know what, Grape Shot Blast. It ruins builds entirely. Everything that you imagine from the start when you picked subclasses, Alchemist, Intermezzo, blah blah blah. You picked Intermezzo, you wanna play with Inspiring Tune, with Battle Ballad into enemies to bleed. It's gonna lack playout because of the relation. It ruins the run. It becomes a whore slot gambling machine. Okay, everything that was good about relations in previous patches, now it sucks. It destroys my will to play the game of how stupid it is. And I got 150 hours in the game. I loved it before this patch. Now I fucking hate it. I hate it. you don't have any sense of progress. You have zero control because of relations. They advance way too slow, and they disappear after the map. Completely ruined everything that worked previous patches and how cool relations were. Now, that's how much they suck. I get it what they try to do. They try to raise the difficulty of the game through relations. Relations were perfect. And they wanted to do something like it was in Darkest Dungeon 1 to accommodate players that are complaining how they want to play Darkest Dungeon 1. They had something unique in Darkest Dungeon 2, now they turned it into Darkest Dungeon 1. But it sucks way much more because the game doesn't have the same concept as Darkest Dungeon 1. Zero control of what happens. And I'm not saying it like I don't know how the game works. I spent 150 hours. I had 20 successful dark runs in a game. And I know what I'm talking about. When you want to raise the difficulty, raise enemy stats. Stats, not changing relations. It's a completely different thing. I was one of those that wanted to see a harder game, but not a stupid game. Because this is gambling with zero control, and that makes it stupid. Bring back previous relations and buff enemies. So combat is harder, but you got control of what's happening. I don't care now if I get candles to raise relations or the pig or whatever the fuck it's next, because they gonna disappear on the second map. If I get good relations on a second map, they gonna disappear on a third map. It resets non-stop during the same run, and that's okay for Darkest Dungeon 1. When you go into the main hub, you take a different team, and then after you go dungeon crawling, okay? Here, everything is in one line, okay? 3, 4, 5 hours for one run. And the game deletes your progress through relations. Also, previous relations, characters they used to act, stress heal, non-stop when they're positive, and when they're negative too. I don't know, protection, extra hit, none of that is here anymore. For 4 hours, I only seen positive relation triggering once in 4 hours. The entire concept of how it used to be, like it's deleted. It doesn't exist. The chance for something to happen is 1%. Those that don't even know how to play the game, they'll never see relations. Because those relations, they trigger on the final map. And they used to trigger immediately from the first map. Now they trigger on the final map. It triggered only once on the final map. It's a disaster. Nothing is for the better in this patch. Everything is for the worse. Instead of game being better, it's worse. It ain't harder. Difficulty is exactly the same, just no relations. Like they do not exist. All of this is garbage. Complete garbage. I'm really annoyed. I expected a lot from the game. I loved it before this patch. Now I hate it. Now don't get me wrong, combat is still smooth, animations are still brilliant, pacing is there. addition of these new items they added. Okay, this crap. They are adding new stuff and so on. That's all great. But god damn it, it's fucking ruined with this. It's ruined. What's the point of having relations like this when they get deleted on the next map? What's the point if I wanna play a specific subclass that you lack some spell that I don't wanna use? It's not like I can get 10 spells at the same time, I can get 5 and you lack 1. What am I left with? And I'm complaining that I have a successful runs, okay, that I know how to play the game. I'm complaining. Imagine someone that doesn't know how to play the game. How will they fucking react on this? They won't pass the first map. It ain't harder, it's stupid. Stupid, I can't fucking believe what I played right now. Return previous relations back. It was unique for Darkest Dungeon 2. Don't make Darkest Dungeon 1 out of Darkest Dungeon 2. Or just use these graphics. Put them into Darkest Dungeon 1. Let us play Darkest Dungeon 1 with these graphics then. Fucking pissed with this patch. Garbage. I got 0 sense of progression during my run. And it was a successful run. Only because I know how to play, what spells to use, and what consumables to use. Someone that doesn't know this game is gonna start for the first time. What will they fucking do? Negative relations lack the spell. Not only that they lack the spell, they cause stress when you play. And you got only 5 skills per character. To get a positive relation, you need to reach map 2 or 3 and then they reset for the next map. Like you don't have a positive relation. Everything lost sense, okay? Curious also. Why do I care now if they're flashing yellow or blue? When I know they're gonna get resetted. On previous patches I used to care about what I click, how it's gonna be between them, with relations and so on. Is it yellow? Is it blue? Should I fight? Escape? Go for the item? Don't go? No, I don't give a fuck. Because it doesn't matter. Also, what's even worse, that's like definitely the worst thing. Those relations, they trigger after the rest, not before the rest. If I have, for example, a positive relation now and it's gonna buff, I don't know, point blank. If I knew that it was gonna up point blank, I would upgrade point blank. But no, it's gonna go for this. So what's the point then in mastery? In this? It's gonna limit me to play with it with the other skill that I haven't upgraded because it comes after the rest. Instead before the rest. Even if you decide to keep it like this, it should be before the rest, not after the rest. Who on fucking nerd made this? I had such high hopes for this game, man. It's going downhill. It's unreal how stupid this is. Unreal. Unreal. If I want to gamble, I'll go and gamble. I'll play a slot machine. I'll go to roulette. I'll bet on football. Zero control of what happens, okay? The only control you got is during combat. Outside of combat, it's zero control now. And all of that thanks to relations. To the rework, remaster of relations that were actually perfect. All you needed to do is ramp up more different relations on the previous system of relations. Fuck. Everything changes with this. How you use mastery. How you use skills. What you pick, what curious you pick, what route you pick on a map. Everything changed, but in a worse way. Zero fucking sense of rewards. Zero sense of progression right now. Those relations were the only thing that mattered for the final boss. To acquire positive relations, your entire run was focused on acquiring positive relations, so you are ready for the final boss. I got deleted on a final boss because no one had a negative relation or a positive relation. Why? Because it resets every time when you enter a new map. Even the mountain where the boss is, Obsession's boss, in chapter 3, it counts as a new map. And it deleted relations. And what am I supposed to do on a dark run without relations against that fucking thing? It deleted me in 2 rounds. Full healthy team deleted in 2 rounds. And before that, I deleted Exemplar in 2 rounds. With that same team, I deleted Exemplar in 2 rounds. You wanna tell me that the final boss is 100 times harder than the Exemplar? Because as far as I know, on Discord, most of the people are still complaining how they can't pass Exemplar. Not to mention the final boss of each chapter. And all of that thanks to relations. Disgusting. I won't even play the game if I see that relations are like this. I don't care if on a full release relations are like this, I ain't playing this game. That's all I gotta say about this patch. Oh, they will see this feedback for sure. They will see this. I can't wait for them to see this feedback. Because they got me pissed like no one else, man, during this year. Oh, why I'm raging? It's very simple because I love the game. I love the game and how it used to be. Now it sucks. Everything that was good about the game was ruined because of one stupid patch. Hey, it changed the entire concept of how you play the game. Everything that was good about it, now it's changed. Because they want to make Darkest Dungeon 1 out of Darkest Dungeon 2. And that's impossible because it doesn't have the same system. Disaster. Fucking hell, what I just played. Can't believe what I played. I just can't. Guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. I'm up to eat something. I got to bed, watch TV with my wife. Yeah, we're gonna try Witcher, see the new graphics, although I got 7-8 playthroughs on Witcher. I need to record some videos for Rogue Trader also. I need to release them on Saturday and Sunday. 2 gonna come out in Saturday and 2 in Sunday. And what else? Aha, yeah. There is that new Diablo 1 copycat. I'll play it probably tomorrow. I'll give it 2-3 hours stream to test the game out. I don't even know what's the name of that game. Yeah, I don't know the name of that game. Ah, there it is. It's called Tower of Kalemonbo. That's the name of the game. Tower of Kalemonbo. That's what we're gonna try tomorrow. But for today, that's gonna be it. People, thanks for watching. And I'll be seeing you back tomorrow.